It is time to get raw. It is time to get down. It is time for the RAWDOWN, the number one source for all things WWE right here at the Turnbuckle Tavern. I am your co-host, Young Anthony. I am joined with the head of the table, apparently, the MVP, Marco of the Chick Foley Show and Open Mic. Marco, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. It was good. Had a nice little weekend. Went and seen the went to this show here, the War Games, Survivor Series War Games. Yeah, it was good. Some good meals, family, friends, all that stuff. How was your Thanksgiving break?
It was good. Spent it with my girlfriend. We had a little nice time. It was
nice.
A calm Thanksgiving. Watched the Macy's, watched the National Dog Show, which I don't think gets enough love.
You watch any football?
Oh well, of course I watched
the highest rated football game in history was.
Clearly I watched because if I wasn't watching football, it wouldn't have gotten the highest rated.
I mean, football meaning American football, not.
Yeah, with
not the other thing that's happening, that the fake sport that's happening all over the world right now.
Whatever it's called. Whatever. But no, Thanksgiving was good. I got to see the Giants lose, which is always a good thing.
Yep.
And the Jets won this week. Shout out to Mike White. So it was a good week all around. It was a good Thanksgiving week. But when it comes to Thanksgiving weekend, it's always Survivor Series weekend, isn't it, Marco? And you were at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
You had a great time, which we're going to get into when we talk about Survivor Series. But I think it is appropriate that we start the show, as we normally do after pay-per-views, with a little bit of a crowning ceremony. So here we go.
And now, the RAWDOWN presents the crowning ceremony for the RAWDOWN Championship.
Recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
All right. So, the winner of the RAWDOWN Championship is undecided.
Yeah.
And why is that? Well, J-Bone usually writes down the he usually writes down the predictions, and this whole show just falls apart without J-Bone. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember my picks, and from what I'm thinking, you probably retained just by by what we, what I picked anyway. I'm pretty sure there was only a couple deciding factors when we did our picks.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the championship. I mean, I'll do a little tooting.
I mean, if you remember what you picked, I remember. Obviously, we didn't pick Shotzi to win,
right?
That was a wash. We both picked the main event, as in the good guys are going to win.
We both picked that wrong,
and then we picked opposite on both War Games matches.
Yes. All right. So we were both wrong on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that automatically wipes out everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the only matches that it decided were the Finn Balor, AJ Styles match. And that was it, I think.
Yeah, so I picked AJ to win.
Yeah, and I picked Finn Balor,
You picked Finn. Okay, yeah, that's
so
one.
Won. Yeah.
Wait, so did we both decide on the US title? What did we say for that?
Oh, the US title. Oh no, we both said Seth Rollins is gonna win.
And still,
that's right.
Your RAWDOWN prediction. You see, we can do this.
I remember because we were like, Austin Theory's going in strong. They're really building him up. Blah blah blah. There's no way he's gonna take a pin. They're gonna try to I thought it was gonna be something where we both kind of agreed. Maybe theory, like it was a double finisher. That's what I picked. They're
Yeah.
going to do a double finisher to Bobby Lashley, in which they technically did.
True.
Seth Rollins came in and did the stomp, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then Theory came in and gave his A-Town down.
A-Town
If
down.
And then he pulled out Seth Rollins, who was going to go for the pin, and then he ended up taking. So yeah, so you retained.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. See, I remember. I was so hyped that night. Just watching it. Like I could. I mean, I was there in person, so I remember literally everything that happened. Now
A live predictions breakdown right here on the Turnbuckle Tavern.
See, that's how we do
RAWDOWN.
it. Play by
You see,
play.
You see, Rod J-Bone's definitely listening at home like these fucking idiots. But alas, I kind of had a feeling that it was because
dang, it was that. I mean, we literally picked everything like wrong, like that whole.
Oh yeah,
like that whole pay-per-view. Like we were not like. I mean, damn. Once the women won, once the first match happened and the good guys won, I was like, Bloodline's gonna win. I was like, there's no way they're having two face teams go over at War Games. I was like, that's not happening.
True, very true.
Damn, dude, I knew it was like doomed right from the beginning of the show.
We have Mark. We have Ace Field in the chat. Thank you for joining us, Ace. Homies, excited about the breakdown of War Games and the last week that was in WWE.
Yeah,
I've been really enjoying the product the last few weeks. Well, I have too. There's been some ups and downs, but
I remember you said in the chat. Our group chat. You had some hot takes.
Oh, do I ever?
Had some. I'm curious to hear these. So should we go match by match? How do you want to do it? Do we?
Well, I mean, considering there's not a lot to talk about on not just Survivor Series, but on the RAWDOWN in general. Spoiler: there's not a lot that we're going to be discussing today. I think that opens the door for a little bit more breakdown. You know,
Yeah.
So I say we break down all the matches. There's 5 matches. Let's just get right into it.
All
so,
right.
And thankfully, I still have the graphics from last week, so we can start off with, we'll go in order. The women's Raw. I keep wanting to say RAWDOWN tonight for some reason. The women's War Games match. We have Team Bianca versus Team. Is it Team Bailey or Team Damage Control? I guess it's Damage Control.
With Team Damage Control with Rhea Ripley,
with the other 2 crazy women on the roster.
Well, isn't Nikki kind of Damage Control now? Like, isn't she a part of?
Is she? I don't know, because now like she's targeting Candice from Raw. I don't know. I have no idea. But alas, what did you think of this one? What did you think of this match? You were there. Well, first of all, let's just talk about this. How was your experience overall at War Games?
It was awesome. Actually, I haven't been there in Active Garden. I think since, what's the last? It was one of the. Actually, you know what? No, I was there for a concert. But as far as a wrestling event it's been a really long time. So the environment it's completely updated. Like everything's pretty much brand new. It really looks nice. Obviously, the Celtics doing well probably definitely helped boost up the property value there. So everything looked like really nice. Like the merch stands are great. Like they had a pickup order area. Like you can order on your phone and pick up your merch at a pickup area.
Oh yeah, they've been doing that at a lot of they do that in New York all the time too.
I didn't know that. And then they had like an actual store, like kind of like not like a WWE store, but they had like sections of the floor like sectioned off where you can actually go in and they're selling like actual title belts. Like the ones that are like
I don't know if they do that at like MSG.
Yeah, I was gonna say they had a whole belt section, and then they had a whole like merch section with T-shirts.
Yeah.
So
do they do like the trucks outside of the venue, like selling the shirts and stuff, or is it all just inside?
No, it was all inside.
Okay.
They did like obviously if you bought like the priority passes, you got to go in before everyone else and get one, but I didn't do that.
Yeah.
We did the suite. We did a suite area because it's a lot for kids. It's a lot easier. You don't have to like. There's a bathroom in there, and it's almost like kind of like your own hotel room. So you have to like go through like it was. That place is crazy. Like there's a lot of crap to walk through, but was surrounded with a lot of great wrestling fans in that room too, which was pretty awesome. So a lot of commentary happening. But as far as the live show goes, man, I really enjoyed it. I thought just seeing the setup of War Games, just the two rings together, and then the cage. I got to see the cage down first because I went there a little bit early, and the crowd didn't fill up yet. But there was just like, Michael Cole and freaking Corey Graves are just standing around talking and like all that jazz and stuff like that. But as far as the show went, man, I mean, seeing it live was pretty awesome. Like those spots, like those high flying spots off the top of the cage, are pretty insane in person. Like when you actually see them happen, like on TV, that's another thing. But like when you see like Nikki Cross climb to the top, or even Io Shirai when she did the backflip, that was insane, dude. Like, I mean,
I was on mute the whole time, but yes, that was insane.
No, but no, it was awesome. It's always great seeing live action, but being that the first time ever War Games was brought to the main roster essentially. It's always been on NXT, and obviously, if you want to do your history, obviously WCW War Games and stuff like that. But as far as like WWE and its brand, never touched the stage, and that was the first time ever. So it was pretty awesome seeing that. Definitely wish it was a little bit longer. I wish it was one more match. I think we kind of talked about that last week. Like there could have been one match, which would have been LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. Mm-hmm. I wish it was just that one match in between, like the AJ Styles match and I think they needed a different match after the Shotzi and Ronda Rousey match, which I'm pretty sure that's one of your hot takes. I'm assuming that is, but yeah, they definitely needed I don't know. They needed the War Games match, obviously open, and then after that was the AJ Styles match,
AJ,
right?
and yeah.
So that could have been that could have been like a filler match. Then you throw Ronda Rousey, and then you throw AJ, and then you do the men's. That would have been a perfect card. But other than that, I wasn't mad at it. It was good.
Yeah, I'll hold off on the Ronda and Shotzi.
I can't wait
till we get to that thing.
Because it was bad in person. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, it was bad on fucking TV too, bud. All right, now let's get into the actual talk. So, right, Bianca versus Bayley in the War Games.
Yeah.
I thought this match was far better than I was expecting it to. Not that I was expecting it to be a bad match, but like, you knew that there was going to be some crazy stuff happening. But I think everyone was looking towards the men's match to being like match of the night, which to an extent, I would say the men's match was match of the night.
Yeah.
But like, it's like 1A and 1B when it comes to these two matches, because like they really went all out for this War Games match. This was the one that, they used the weapons in, a lot more high spots in this one. I just enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was a really great match. What are your thoughts on it? And what are your thoughts on Becky and Bianca's team taking the win?
So I thought it was a good match. It was a long match. I think that was longer than the men's match.
Like 40 something minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, apparently it was only 1 minute longer than the men's match. It felt much longer.
Why is that? I wonder. Well, wow, that's weird. Anyway, but yeah, I liked it. I mean, obviously I'm not happy about the outcome of the match. I thought the damage to control definitely should have, taken the win. Just to further, the story between I was hoping Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are kind of doing that. It seems like they're going the route of, Bayley and Becky Lynch feuding right now. So, I mean, that's going to be probably a Royal Rumble match, or, maybe that's a story going into the actual Royal Rumble match. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the match. It was, like I said, it was long. It was very entertaining. Like you said, they're the ones that brought the weapons in. There was one weird. I don't like using the word botch anymore. Let's like not use it. But there was one weird kind of flub that happened with Io Shirai, and I'm not even sure it was like if anyone did you pick it up?
Oh yeah, it was all over social media.
Yeah, and then she redeemed herself with the moonsault off of the over the moonsault off of the off of the cage, which is awesome. So yeah, there we go.
Chad's in the chat. Thank you.
Nice.
Thursdays are for the RAWDOWN boys.
But yeah, I thought she
get comfy. We got a lot of hot takes on this one. Get comfy.
Yeah, I mean they beat the crap out of themselves, man. Like if there was like one image, because we watched it back, because obviously my son wanted to go back and watch Roman Reigns, but we watched the whole thing on like the actual like show. It did, like, there was a spot where there was literally just everyone laying out. Like, there was like an overhead shot, and there was just like bodies everywhere, which is a pretty cool image because, like, that match went long. Like, the actual War Games match doesn't start till the last person gets in, if you're not familiar with the rules. So you got to think this match was going on for what, about 25, 30 minutes before the actual match started.
Well,
and then
Dakota Kai started the match, and I think she posted on Twitter that it was like 40 minutes of so I think it was around like 39, like pushing 40 minutes.
Yeah, and
was that match.
Yeah, we praise Triple H for the the length of matches, the wrestling, the storytelling, which is, I mean, I'm going to take that over like a 7-match card any day of the week. Like, if you're going to give me like one good quality match or a couple of good quality matches, that's going to overcome for me. I'm quantity over quality. So you don't have to pack a card with like I said, 7 or 8 matches, and they're all like, most of them are duds and a few are good.
Look who's in the fucking comments section. Look at this guy. He's probably sitting there with his feet up in his new house,
pretending like he's
texting
at a new house and moving and stuff, and he probably already moved.
Yeah.
He's just using this time to.
J-Bone, we almost didn't have a champion because we didn't write down the predictions. We had to do it live.
I had to use my memory. I had to deepen my memory bank to do that. But
yeah,
like I said, Becky Lynch with the high spot too, with taking out Liv Morgan's spot and doing the like the crash of the table, just like the cannonball through the table, which is pretty cool. But yeah, man, I really enjoyed this match. Might have enjoyed it a little bit better than the men's match. Not that the men's match was bad, but as far as like the action and stuff, I think the ladies took charge.
Yeah. A lot of good things happened in this match that I really enjoyed. First of all, very minor thing, but I picked up on it and I was happy that they did it. They got the NXT ring announcer, Alicia Taylor, on ring announcing for this one, which that was a good. I don't know if there was like a reasoning for that because she only did the women's match. She didn't do the men's match.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was just one person does one person does another. But I thought that was good because I mean it's an NXT. They brought the War Games that was originally an NXT. Well, it was originally a WCW thing, but in WWE it was an NXT thing, and Alicia Taylor has done the ring announcing. I'm pretty sure for all of them. So it was good that she got that opportunity to do that. I mean, I think one thing that I did pick up on that I want to mention is that I love how you actually said in the chat that there was like 0 reaction for Nikki Cross. And I think it's cool that like, although there wasn't like a big reaction for her, I think she was the MVP of that match.
Yeah. Yep.
Like from everything, like you couldn't not pay attention to her at least a little bit. Like you always wanted to see what she was doing because she was always doing something crazy. Like even if it was just like sitting at the top of the cage, just watching chilling. Everything, there was always something going on. So it was cool that she, got that kind of spotlight. And even Mia Yim, like she was another one that not a lot of people were really talking about, but I think she performed pretty well too. Overall, like you said it best, the match was great. I mentioned the weapons. I knew that someone was going to get them involved. I figured it was going to be like Nikki Cross. So, kind of fits there. And this is where I get to the finish of the match where Damage Control has lost yet another match. And by the way, it's not even like they protected Damage Control and they let them pin, I don't know, Nikki Cross or something. Nope. They pinned both. Becky pinned both Io and Dakota.
Yeah.
Obviously we know where they go from here because Becky's apparently going to feud with Damage Control, but is Becky really going to lose that feud? Like, are we going to be for real here? Like what happens now? What is going on now?
I can't even predict it, but I don't know. I don't want to say that they're, down on Damage Control at all, but I feel like if you have a faction, like everyone has to have so everyone has to make up that faction. Like there has to be like a unique personality for each member, right? So you have Bailey, obviously, you know, ding dong, stupid idiots and all that stuff. But then Io and Dakota are like almost like kind of interchangeable as far as like personalities go. Like neither one of them kind of stick out.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what, if anything, I'm not saying that's a reason why they're losing these matches, but like I feel like it might not be catching on as good as everyone thought that they wanted to catch on anyway. And they still have the women's tag team titles, which is they don't defend really. They're doing a lot of singles matches.
I forgot that they had that. Oh
yeah. The other thing too is they have their own, like they were coming out to the Damage Control music, and now Dakota Kai has her own theme music. She faced I forget who she faced on
Candice.
Candice, yeah.
Is it new or is it the same?
It might be the same, but I've only remembered them coming out like with the Damage Control music, not like when they're you know single and coming out with their own theme music. So,
which by the way, that theme song is the most unfitting theme song for a group I have ever seen.
Oh,
like it's a good song,
theme.
but it's like we got the power, we got the rage.
Yeah, no, they don't have any power. They do have rage, maybe.
I guess, yeah.
They have any power right now?
No, you're you're absolutely right though.
Weird.
You're absolutely right. As far as like them not, and I don't think because SummerSlam happens, they do that standoff with the three of them versus Bianca and Bailey, Bianca and Becky, and I'm like saying to myself,
Becky.
they just. Yeah, and they just fixed they completely just fixed the women's division right there. If you just run with that, for the next few months.
Yeah.
And that would have been true if they actually went all in on the Damage Control. I mean, the first few weeks, I think they booked them really well, right? Like immediately the night after SummerSlam when they attacked Becky, like that's what they should have been doing consistently, but it got very all over the place. Perhaps they're looking to split them up. Maybe like you're gonna see all three of them still, but they're not going to be together. I have no idea what they're going to be doing with them, but they got to do something because I think it's
time to shake things up around here.
I think it's time to shake things up, but regardless, good match. We have a comment here. Oh, we have Tyler from Count It Out. Do my eyes deceive me? Young Anthony back on our screens. What? Excuse me, sir. I'm here
every week.
Every week. This is the first time that you're watching one of these Raw Downs, apparently. But I guess I'm back. It's good to see you, Tyler. It's good to have you pop in on one of these. Let's move on to the next match that we saw, and it was AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. So I want to ask you, what was how was it in the arena? Because on TV, didn't really hit.
Are you talking about the actual match itself, or
just like the match, like the reaction? I don't know. It all felt kind of like
it was kind of, and that's tough, right? Because like that match is coming on right after. That's not a cool down match. A cool down match would have been Ronda and Shotzi, like I talked about in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
This is more of a this is a match you put on leading into the men's. Like I think they should have continued. Like I'm not sure if it was just like let's mix it up, let's put like ladies and men, then ladies and men, like that type of thing. But like it would have been fine if they just went back to back like women's matches, like just that match that like I said, the Ronda and the Shotzi match was a cool down match. It wasn't a high spot like get you pumped up for the men's match. That's what AJ Styles and Finn Balor should have been. That's why I think the reaction wasn't. I mean, the reaction wasn't bad in person. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't hear crickets or anything like that. Like I could. I mean, definitely felt the energy there, but not like people sitting on their feet like going nuts. But there was definitely like interaction and stuff. I thought his mask was pretty cool that he came.
Oh
out
yeah,
in.
well, he's
Yeah.
worn that in different live events that they've done in like Japan. Like
Yeah.
he would pop in with them like randomly, and then excuse me, and then it would go viral on Twitter, like, holy shit, AJ Styles is wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Everyone would be like, oh my god. So it was cool that he brought it out, especially since it was against Finn. So it kind of ties into that whole, Bullet
Yeah.
Club Japan type thing.
Finn's mask was pretty cool too. That like kind of Daft Punk looking.
Yeah,
mask
I think
that he wore.
I think it's dope. Like everyone's like, oh, he looks like Kanye West with that mask.
Shh, we don't say his name.
Oh well, don't say that here.
No, yeah, don't say that name, especially after today. If we don't.
Yeah, especially after today. Oh my god.
Oh boy, that dude. All right,
He's
that could be
something
another
else.
whole show.
That's a whole
I don't
nother
even know
show
what
right there.
I don't even want to talk about that
Oh,
topic
yeah,
at all. That's it's a little touchy there, but
yeah.
It kind of it did kind of look like the artist formerly known as insert name here's
Yeah,
mask
so
that he wears that he actually wore on that interview that he did.
Yeah. God, we got to move away from him. Acefield is going to save us by saying Styles finally got a pay-per-view win. He lost 10 in a row before this. It was his first singles win since October 2019. Well, that's why we picked him in the predictions, because it's like you can't put him in a singles match in a pay-per-view after that statistic.
Yeah.
And, we just expect him to lose. You know what I mean? So that's partially why we picked that as well. We also I picked it. You didn't. You picked Finn. That's why I'm champion. Even more shocking is that he's only had 10 singles matches on pay-per-view in a 3-year span. Yeah, hopefully he gets back on track with that. I feel like it's been a while since AJ's held a title. Am I wrong in that? When was the last time the tag team titles, I guess?
Yeah. I mean,
and real quick before your point, J-Bone says Judgment Day blows. And it's getting better. It's gotten a lot better with Dom.
Not after Dominic's surprise Thanksgiving visit. No way.
Oh, that was so good. Are you kidding me?
No way.
Well, in the idea of that is good.
It's so ridiculous, but it's funny.
Oh, that's why it was so good. Are you kidding me? Ray's wearing his mask at Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, no, he puts it on. He's like, "What are you doing in here, Dominic?"
They've got the tree up already, and apparently Dom goes on the bump, and he's like, I attacked him because he has the tree up at on before Christmas or before December. J-Bone also says stop. I'm keeping a little bit of consistency here, bud. I'm going with both of Ace comments, and then I'm going to your comments. Your comment says Judgment Day blows. What do you want me to say?
Yeah, that's not a take. That's like your normal rhetoric.
There he is. Dumb yawn. Moving on. Sorry, what were we saying? Oh, about AJ not winning the matches.
Yeah, I think obviously I don't want to say he's like old. He is getting up there in age too. Mm-hmm. He's kind of in that Randy Orton territory where he doesn't need to do like he doesn't have to be on TV every single week doing a match. Mm-hmm. Like now he's at the age where he's still in shape, obviously, in better shape than most people on this earth. But at the same time, he probably wants to preserve himself. You got Royal Rumble coming up. I'm assuming he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. And that's a task in its own. I mean, you got to outlast 29 other men in the ring. So, I mean, he could be saving himself up for that. But like I said, he did a lot in not his short time, but he did a lot in his first few years in the WWE. Like, if you go back, he won the title pretty early. Like, really, he won it pretty
it was
fast.
his first year, wasn't it? No. The end of his first year.
Yeah, was it? Is he a 2-time or 3-time champ? He's a 2-time, right? Or 3? 2. I think he's a So I mean, 2-time champ. I mean, had long reigns too in between with those title runs. It's AJ Styles, man. It's like he's a name. It's not like he's some jabroni. He's a legend. Yeah, an icon. Beautiful hair, by the way.
Beautiful hair too.
My wife always every time he comes on TV, she's always bringing up how great his hair looks, and now she's been trying to find his secret to how he does his hair. So
I wonder if he's ever revealed that in an interview. Like, has no one asked him about that?
I feel like someone did.
Someone had to have,
and I think he just said it's just regular, shampoo and
probably
conditioner. But I doubt that he's lying.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Ridiculous.
His hair's too gorgeous for that.
Yeah, the match was fine. I didn't
hate
it wasn't TLC 2017, of course, but
no,
it was fine. It was a good match. Yeah. And apparently we're done with this whole OC and Judgment Day feud. So I don't know where the Judgment Day goes from here. I don't know where the OC goes from here. Is Mia Yim going to stay with them? Like, there so many questions. But I guess we'll have them answered next week because the feud ended this week in that 4v4. Just a whole bunch of stuff happening. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be talked about.
Oh boy,
in this next match.
I can't.
Oh man, which one do I hit? I got a plethora. Do I do?
I watched the match, and a matter of fact, I fell asleep in the middle of it.
Do I do that, or maybe I hit this one?
Jesus Christ! I think maybe we need a little work there.
Got that one.
Probably that one.
Yeah, probably. Oh, this one too.
You, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted.
That's a good one too.
or
even this one could be good.
To get me to the boiling point, yeah.
Or you can go, Roman, hear me out. Hear me out.
No, they will not be hearing me out on this one. I think you will be hearing me quite well.
Oh boy, take it away.
All right, look. Let's talk about the match placement. All right. So I understand why they put it here. You have a War Games match at the top of the show. You have a War Games match at the end of the show. You need a cool down match after the first War Games match. You need something to kind of raise the audience a little bit for that last match. So it makes sense to have a match in the middle that you want the attention on, right? Like, you come back from a cool down match, you're right in the middle. This is a match that people are going to be paying attention to. So I praise the WWE for putting this match in the middle of the show because people have been saying, they don't put enough focus on the women, especially on SmackDown. They're not giving them a spotlight, yada, yada, yada. In any other person's world, this is the cool down match after the first War Games. Easily. One, you can't do that because you really shouldn't have two back-to-back women's matches. Doesn't make sense. And it at least just makes those people who have been complaining and clamoring for more focus on the women to get in a spot that is good for them. So I give them that. I give them the fact that they were given a great spot on the card and they could have had a really good match. They didn't have a good match. It wasn't a good match whatsoever. And I want to talk, and maybe this is one.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
I don't know what has happened from, I would say WrestleMania to the Survivor Series. I don't know what has happened, but there is one thing that I will say has been the worst part of WWE, and that is Ronda Rousey. And there's two ways to look at this, right? First part is just, she just hasn't been good, right? Like, you look at what she's done, or what she did rather, from like that 2018 to WrestleMania. It was practically from Mania to Mania. That was a great run for Ronda Rousey, right? She starts off in that mixed tag match, goes on a pretty good run with the title. I mean, it was fine. She had really good matches with like Charlotte and others. Sure. I can't think of anyone off the top. I think she had a good match with Natalia. I don't know. Nikki Bella, some others. Sasha. She had a good match with Sasha. And then the WrestleMania main event. And then she leaves. That was a good, like a solid first year. She comes back. And I don't know what has happened, but it's not the same Ronda Rousey that came in as this big UFC star. She was undefeated. They were hyping her up. She had the first WWE appearance she ever had. She was paired with The Rock and Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. That was the first time that any, air quotes, WWE fan saw Ronda Rousey on WWE TV. And it was at WrestleMania, mind you. They treated her like a humongous star. And then we get to this year and you look at how great that WrestleMania 34 match was with Kurt Angle and all that. Tell me one great Ronda Rousey match this year alone. One good performance. That promo with her and Shayna before Survivor Series. Are you kidding me? That was awful. So and then, you look at this match with the talent and yes, she just hasn't been good in the ring. She's been, I've always thought that she wasn't great on the mic, but especially this year for some reason.
Yeah.
And then I look at it on the flip side, or not the flip side, but another way to look at it. And Marco, I'll let you talk in a minute, but I want to get this one out.
No, continue.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. The way that she has been booked too. That's kind of my bigger point here, is that even when it was that 2018, 2019 period, they still booked her like a huge star.
Yeah.
Like even when she was going against the Riot Squad and Natalia and all those, she was still a very big star. She had that presence to her. Now, Liv Morgan, Shotzi, both very, very good. Some of the better women in ring, some of the better personalities in the women's roster. But you mean to tell me that after the year that she was brought in, after that just big time feel that a former UFC women's champion got, that she loses the SmackDown Women's Championship in a roll-up at Money in the Bank to Liv Morgan on a cash-in, and then you pair her up with Shayna, and it's just awful, and then you put her against Shotzi, and now apparently at the Royal Rumble, you're putting her against Raquel Rodriguez. Like, the booking for her, too, has just been out of this world. Like, I cannot believe they are, I don't know. I don't know what's been going on. This is not the same Ronda. And it's bad. It's bad. Marco, take the floor.
Yeah, it's a mystery. But there's a few things. There's the absence on SmackDown of any real star power besides her.
Right.
Like there's no one to offset her star power. So like when Charlotte was around, obviously on SmackDown, you had that opposite there. You had Charlotte and you had Ronda. So like you always had that, like, you always had that person out there that could be that contender for the title, not even just Ronda's title, but the women's title in general. Right now you don't. There's really no like you said, all the women are great. All great in-ring competitors, but there's no one being pushed as like a threat to Ronda Rousey on SmackDown anyway. If she was on Raw, that's a different story. You have Bianca Belair, you have Bayley, you have Alexa Bliss, you have Rhea Ripley, you have all the like top tier talent on Raw. And that, like, if she was on Raw, I think her booking would be 10 times better.
Oh yeah.
But look what happened at SmackDown. The two main stars or three main stars that were there are gone. Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and I'll throw Naomi in there as well.
Sure.
Your star power right there is gone, dwindled. We'll take Naomi out of it, but Sasha and Charlotte could have been those two women to be those opposites for Ronda Rousey, those two that are always going to go after a title. And that way, when you have those two on there, now you can build those other talents, because you can have Charlotte face Shotzi for a number one contendership, and then that builds up Shotzi a little bit. You can have Sasha face Raquel Gonzalez, and that builds her star power up. But the thing is, they're using Ronda Rousey to build these girls up, where she's not the person to do that. She's not the star maker. She's not the builder. She's not like a Seth Rollins or like a person that you could put in the ring. Like they put Dominic in the ring with Seth Rollins his first time around. Like that's, if you're going to put someone in the ring with someone and you want to build their credibility, or you throw them in the ring with someone like that. You don't do that with Ronda Rousey. She's not the greatest in-ring competitor. Definitely better than me. I've never set foot in a ring, but obviously she can run circles around me in the ring. But as far as like you said, them putting her in the ring with these other ladies, it's not helping them. If anything, it's hurting them. The star power that she had, like you said, those years ago, isn't as strong as it was those years ago. And they can't rely on the Ronda Rousey brand to build these ladies up. To me, anyway, that's how I see it. Anyway,
no, that's a great point. I didn't even really think of it that way. But
the other part of that too is social media played a big role in her not being that great in the ring. And I'll say this: when she was away, what did she have? She had a kid and all that stuff. But other than that, what was she doing? Just shitting on wrestling. It's fake. The fans suck. Blah blah blah.
She was shitting on it while she was wrestling.
Yeah. So but even more when she was coming before she came back for that second time. So now you have someone coming in. Well, obviously wrestling fans, it's predetermined, whatever. It's storyline driven. We know the whole story, whatever. But now you have someone coming in that wrestling fans know doesn't technically want to be there and want to do it. So that doesn't help either. That doesn't help fans cheering for her or anything like that, or whatever, star power that she had with the fans, or whatever favor she had with the fans is pretty much gone after that. You can't do that stuff on social media, and then you don't see Charlotte or Sasha Banks shitting on wrestling fans and saying oh, it sucks, it's this and that. Because they have that respect, because they did it. They were in the ring. They've performed in front of these people and stuff like that. They're not gonna go in interviews and completely shit on what made them. Not saying that wrestling made Ronda Rousey, but definitely helped her out in her second leg of her combat sports career. After that loss she had, actually the two losses she had, the devastating losses. I can go on, with the booking with her. They booked her wrong in the UFC, if you want to put it that way. She got completely destroyed that first loss that she had, that first really devastating loss, the head kick, and then the two-piece combo. She took every what was her name, Holly Holm. She completely destroyed Ronda Rousey's. If you read all that stuff after that, she mentally was beaten. She was didn't want to come back to fight. That one match that she lost, that one fight she lost, completely ruined her outlook on her abilities. When she was at the top of her game, I can beat men, I can beat women. She believed her own hype. But then she stepped into that octagon with that wrong person. Then they booked her again the wrong way in UFC. Her return was in a championship match. It wasn't a build-up match, which you would do normally in combat sports. You would put them in the ring with an up-and-comer, or someone that's trying to climb the ranks. Get the butterflies out or whatever. They put her in the ring with Amanda Nunes, who is one of the greatest knockout artists, not just for women, just in general in the UFC. And she completely destroyed Ronda Rousey. I don't know. It's she just gets booked wrong everywhere. If you look at it,
Yeah, I guess.
like I said that, I was like, why would they bring her back in the UFC in a title match? Like that's bad booking. It is. It's bad book. If you want to bring it to wrestling terms, that's
I guess
bad
so.
booking.
Yeah.
Someone took a year off of fighting and you put him in a championship match with like a killer, like a stone cold killer that just wants to like put a nail in your coffin. And then she left and went to WWE, and like you said, she had those great years, and then she came back, and now it's like her second leg of her UFC career is kind of mimicking the second leg. Like it's almost the same thing as her WWE stint. That's what I was trying to get to in long form.
No, you make excellent points there. So in essence,
she has
match,
sucked.
Yeah. In essence, the match was not good. And now all she has to show for it is that one clip on Twitter of her not selling the apron DDT.
Oh my God, dude.
That was bad.
Like that told me right. That tells you right there. Like she doesn't want to do this, dude.
Like that must have been a plan. Like I wonder what that was all about. Like that must have been a plan. You don't just randomly like Shotzi's not calling the match going apron DDT.
Yeah.
And like that was obviously a planned spot. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't know. And did you hear who the road agent was for this match?
The Road Dog? No, I'm joking.
No,
who was
actually.
it? Was it Brian Kendrick?
It was Brian
Yeah.
Kendrick. The man with a plan.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was just see that live too, that spot. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That was
good.
And then Shayna's awful out there. Like,
God. What happened to Shayna too?
What happened to SmackDown?
What happened to Smack? I mean,
Yes.
well, not all of SmackDown. SmackDown.
Yeah, not all of it's bad.
What's the SmackDown women's division?
It's still the Roman show on
It's still the Roman
SmackDown,
show.
so it's fine. We're good there.
What happened to Raw is the good question that we should be asking.
Yeah, what happened to Raw?
And we'll ask that in a bit. But speaking of Raw, might as well talk about some good from Raw. There's always a little bit of light in this tunnel that is Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
And that is, of course, the United States Championship. And we got a really great triple threat match this weekend, or this past weekend, I should say. Seth Rollins defending that U.S. title against Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. And surprise, surprise, Austin Theory is your new United States champion, a two-time champion.
Yep.
Neither of us were expecting it. We were both going for Seth. What are your thoughts on this? Like, is it too soon to get the title off of Seth?
I don't know. I mean, I was an advocate of him not having the title. I think when J-Bone was on the show, I think it was just the last show he was on. You guys kind of, naysayed me when I was like, I don't think he needs that title, blah, blah, blah. Maybe they think the same thing. I don't think he necessarily needs the United States Championship to be relevant. I mean, but it looks like it's still, he's still going to be feuding for it and stuff like that. So it's not like he dropped the title and now he's like on SmackDown, going after Roman Reigns for the world title. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be a little bit too soon. There's no pay-per-views until Royal Rumble, so I mean, it is kind of weird that they just took it off of him. Like, what do you have it for a month? Not even like,
yeah, not
even
a long time.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, from what I'm like trying to gather is, I think with these titles, like the United States and the Intercontinental, and I know a lot of people go, "Oh, how come they're not defending them on the main Raw on the main shows?" Blah blah blah. I think what they're doing is like I mean, this kind of like disproves my point a little bit, but just because it's Seth Rollins, it's on there. But I'm thinking those titles are made for TV. Like like you don't really see Roman Reigns defending his title on TV, but you'll get to see the IC title and you'll get to see the United States Championship on TV. Like they're not TV titles. They're titles. They're high level championships that high level guys have, and you'll be able to see them defended.
They're not TV titles. They're titles on TV.
Yeah. But if you have something like Theory, right? Seth Rollins had it. Now you see it on a premium live event. Now that Theory has it, do you see the same thing? Is he going to defend it on Royal Rumble? If it's against Seth Rollins, maybe.
Yeah.
But if against someone else, no.
Well, I mean, they've built up the U.S. title so much that it's you kind of have to defend it as the main Raw title.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I think with that, that's perfect for Theory. I mean, I was hoping that they would give Theory the championship. I wasn't expecting them to. So it definitely was a surprise, but I think it's best, especially with the character change, right?
Yeah.
You can't do a 360 on a character like Theory and then immediately have him lose, have him be the guy that gets pinned in a triple threat.
Exactly.
Which is why it was so difficult to predict that match, because it's like, who gets pinned?
Mm-hmm.
Not even who wins the title, but who takes the pin. So I think this is, although Seth needs a championship, giving him the championship was a good call, because obviously he's one of the most over people on Raw, maybe in the whole company. I don't know.
He might.
In the whole company.
That crowd was chanting along with that song.
Based on crowd reaction alone,
they were doing it during the match. He's over.
Yeah, you needed to capitalize on that. You need to give him a title. I just think that it was very abrupt to have him lose the title, unless there's a plan for him. I guess he'll be in the mix of the U.S. title for a little bit. But I think, be it that it was against Theory, it would be weird if he lost it to Ali or Lashley again. But the fact that it's Theory and they're putting giving him a push, it makes sense. I don't mind it. I would have liked to see Seth with a little bit longer of a title reign, but it's fine. It's whatever. Good match though. I thought the finish was really good too. And it goes back to my point from last week that if there's one thing about this Triple H era of WWE, it's that they're able to protect guys perfectly. Yeah. Bobby, Seth, both of them were protected very well in this match. And with that, they're still able to allow Theory to get a good moment, pin Seth Rollins, big moment, gets his U.S. title. And now it feels like, this is going to be a more impactful U.S. championship run than his first one. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to where they go from here with Theory. I guess we're going to get another Seth and Theory match soon. That seems to be the feud that's going for a little bit longer.
I like it.
I'm a fan of it. Yeah.
One-on-one.
Okay. Yeah. So good match there. And then we get to the main event. The main event, the Bloodline versus Team Brawling Brutes. And of course, the Bloodline wins. Sami Zayn, declares his allegiance to the Bloodline. He turns his back on Kevin Owens officially. And now he is, just placed his flag down. He is Sami Uso.
Yep.
So, two things that I want to say. Number one, technically, I called that this was going to happen. I just called it that it was going to happen later on in the feud. That Sami was going to be at a crossroads of determining if he is with Kevin or if he's with Roman. Yeah. And he chooses Roman over Kevin.
Yeah.
Now, my original prediction was that this happens at the Royal Rumble and then Sami faces Kevin at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
However, it happens here. Now there's rumors that the Usos are going to fight Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. So technically, I got the prediction right. I just got it, I pushed it off a little bit. Now, to my point about this is my second point. To what I mentioned about the Usos versus Sami and Kevin being rumored for WrestleMania.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Hear me out.
Hear me out. Now, Ace mentioned it in the chat up here, which I'll pull up again. Also, more emphasis has to be on young Anthony in the summer, saying Sami Zayn could and should take on Roman at WrestleMania. On it from the jump. Okay. Listen. Do I need to hit it one more time? I'll hit it one more time.
Hear me out.
Rock and Roman, money match. Probably the biggest match you could do in WWE right now. Shouldn't happen at Mania. Should not happen at WrestleMania. Because if Sami Zayn does not challenge and possibly, haven't really set my mind on it yet, if he does not challenge and defeat Roman Reigns for this Universal Championship, this was a waste. This whole thing was a waste. Now, let me explain why. Let me explain why, because I understand. But from my perspective, WrestleMania, big moments like this, what do I always say? WrestleMania is about moments. Let me ask you something, Marco. Let me ask you this, as I already see the comment sections lighting up. Here he is. Well, here, this is what I'm about to ask you. So, Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns will be at Elimination Chamber. It's in Montreal. Okay. Let's take, for instance, what has been in recent memory, what was the biggest WWE or one of the best WWE championship storylines in the last 5 years?
Kofi Mania.
Kofi Mania. Now, take what happened at Kofi Mania, right? Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, one-on-one, and put that at Extreme Rules. Or put that at Elimination Chamber. I know that they did the Elimination Chamber match, but take Kofi versus Daniel Bryan one-on-one and put that at not Extreme Rules. Put it at Elimination Chamber. Do you think that Kofi Mania happens at all? That big reaction?
No.
Why? I'll tell you why, Marco. Let me tell you why. And that's because
not the
moment. The reason why Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns does not work at Elimination Chamber, even with the Montreal crowd, is because you already know who is going to win.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, no,
that is my only point.
Yes,
if you that is true. This match at any other pay-per-view except for WrestleMania, possibly SummerSlam.
Yep.
You already know who is going to win, especially if you put it at Elimination Chamber, which is the pay-per-view right before WrestleMania. You think Roman Reigns is going to lose his Universal title at the pay-per-view before the biggest pay-per-view of the year?
No, definitely not. He's walking into it. Here's a funny thing. This is coming from J-Bone, who says Roman Reigns is carrying this belt to like fucking 2050. Why is he? Why is he thinking he's losing the title before? No, well, he didn't say he was losing the title, but like I only have a couple of pushbacks.
But that's my only thing on this is that Sami versus Roman. Sami Zayn has been organically one of the most over people that the fans love. People want to see him defeat Roman Reigns. People want him to get the title. Why would you put him in a situation where clearly he is not going to win? You put it at WrestleMania so that there's at least, even if Roman wins, which technically he should beat Sami Zayn, even if he does, you still put it at WrestleMania because there's still that hope. That's like putting Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 and doing that at Elimination Chamber. Like, why would you do that? You give the idea that he can win at WrestleMania. It's just night and day. Rock and Roman is a huge match, and it should happen. Absolutely should happen. But if I'm looking at it from Sami and Roman, you give me a match that I know that Sami at least has a shot at winning. He doesn't have a shot at Elimination Chamber. There's no fucking reason for that to happen. If anything, you put Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, not the Rumble. Put it at Elimination Chamber for the Montreal crowd. Hold on. J-Bone says he's not losing. Sami gets screwed by Kevin Owens as payback because Sami screwed KO at the Royal Rumble at Mania, and we get Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens with a major stipulation. That would make Kevin Owens a heel. So, I mean, if you want to go with that route, be my guest. Could be interesting, actually. But,
right.
Marco, you could take this one now, Marco.
I just want to, yeah. So, I want to take Sami Zayn out of the equation.
Okay.
Because he was not. So let's put it this way: like everyone's riding on this. It's going to be Sami Roman. Sami was not supposed to be in the fucking Bloodline like it was only supposed to be like 2 weeks, and then he was gone. I don't get where all this Sami needs to win the title at WrestleMania. Sami, let's take Sami out of the equation. Are you still going to stand on the point that the Rock and Roman shouldn't happen at Mania if Sami is not in the Bloodline?
Oh, well, no. If this doesn't happen, I never said Rock and Roman shouldn't happen at Mania, period. I'm saying if you're talking right now and you're asking me, is Sami versus Roman the right match? That's my point. This is the right match that should be happening. Yeah. Fucking Rock and Roman happens tomorrow in my eyes. Like, give me that as soon as physically possible.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
If it happens at this Mania, if it happens at next Mania, it's going to happen on a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But there is no better time. That's all I'm saying. Because I knew you were going to misconstrue my point. I fucking knew it.
But so my other thing too is like, obviously I hate reading like, rumors and like dirt sheets and all that stuff.
You love it.
We had that thing with like, the Kevin Owens slapping Roman and, they got into a fight and the plans were supposedly Roman and KO at the Rumble in a match for the title. And then I think they did say Sami and Roman at Elimination Chamber, supposedly. He is on the poster by himself. He's not with the other Bloodline members. So that might tell you something there. He could be in. I'm thinking he's in the Elimination Chamber. I don't think he's facing Roman. I think he's in the Elimination Chamber and he wins the Elimination Chamber to face whoever for whatever. Here's the thing. I'm not sure how Royal Rumble is going to play out. That's the other part of it too. Like, you still have Royal Rumble happening. And I don't think Roman Reigns is defending the title at Elimination Chamber. Normally that's the case, right? It's the champion. And I mean, the older ones anyway. It'd be the champion and you defend your title against everybody. That's what Brock Lesnar did, right? Mm-hmm. He what was it last year? What was the stipulation last year?
No, Elimination Chamber. Well, that was in Saudi Arabia, and Brock won, but Bobby defended the title.
Okay, and he won the title from Bobby. Actually, that's when there was 2 titles.
Yeah.
So see, this is a strange thing. No, you have to. The only way Sami gets a match with Roman, if this is going to happen, is either he wins Royal Rumble, which, I mean, that could be a huge pop in itself, or something happens where, the Elimination Chamber decides a factor, and then
that's happened before.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are only 2 ways. I don't think he's facing Roman at Elimination Chamber. I think he's in the Elimination Chamber match. And then he somehow wins, and then they have to decide, well, he won, so he's kind of a number 1 contender, even though this person, insert name here, won Royal Rumble. What do we do? And maybe he faces whoever that person is. But I don't know. Whatever. But yes, I do agree. I don't think it's a waste for the Bloodline, first and foremost. That's kind of, you can't kill the Bloodline just because some dude that got inserted way late in the Bloodline storyline doesn't get a match at Roman. You can't just say it was a total waste. The Bloodline as a faction.
No, I'm saying
the Bloodline was a faction. Well, yeah, he's a part of he's a part of the storyline. Yes, but now you're making it
a way for them to invest that much time into it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, But the other thing was he wasn't supposed to be like, even Paul Heyman said at that press conference that they had at the Survivor
He
Series.
wasn't supposed to be there. Right?
He wasn't supposed to be there. He became like a cameo guy and became a main character.
Right. But they could have easily just stopped doing that. But the fact that they pushed on it, they knew that there was something there.
Yeah.
So if you just BS it like that, like, I don't know, like you're going to do this whole thing with Sammy, all for it to end with the Usos versus KO and Sammy. Like, how many times are we going to see like KO and Sammy together? They're fighting, they're together. It's great, but like,
I don't even
know.
Yeah, I don't even think so.
Let me bring up J-Bone's point, because I know he's gonna, here he is. The whole point of Sammy is to make him a sympathetic babyface. How do you do that? Have him get so close to beating Roman in his hometown and getting screwed by Kevin Owens.
But that makes Kevin Owens a heel, and he's not.
Right, that's what he's saying. He wants Kevin Owens to turn heel. But I see, and then he says Roman turns on Sammy because there isn't anything left he can do for the bloodline, because he isn't really in the bloodline. I feel like
good.
if you give so much time into the Sami Zayn thing, you can't put him on a pay-per-view where even if Kevin Owens gets involved, and that could be a nice little swerve, sure, right? Like, it's obvious that he's going to lose. But if you throw Kevin Owens in, at least that sets something up for Mania. So, J-Bone, I give you that. But still, like, you give so much time into the Sami Zayn thing.
Yep.
And your end goal is the tag team titles. Like, look, I know I said Sammy could win at Mania. That's just me being hopeful. What I'm really saying is wrestling shouldn't always be that predictable. There are always moments where the underdog, like Ace is saying here, moment could be similar to when Foley won his first title. You're on to something, young Anthony. Thank you. What a moment if he, even if he loses at Mania, even if this wasn't the plan from the jump, this is where the road led us. Ace is right on the money there.
Then again, storyline wise, right? Not with Bloodline, but Roman Reigns storyline as he's making this epic run as a champion, like entering in that like Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Pedro Morales territory.
Sure.
Sami Zayn fucking ends it. I don't.
And no, you're right. I'm not saying that he has to win.
No. I know. I get it, but I think it's a waste if he doesn't win. Like, if you're going to go that far as to make him the main event, have him main event with Roman Reigns at a WrestleMania, and he doesn't win, isn't that a waste too?
No. You're telling a good story here. That's my only thing, is you have the best story going on in wrestling. There is no end to this story yet. We don't know where this is going. End the story at your biggest pay-per-view possible. Why would you waste this at a show that everyone knows he's going to lose? That is like saying, that's like you're watching a movie, right? Yeah. And you get to the final scene. And like you're watching it in the theaters. You don't know when the movie's going to end. It could happen at any point. And then the main actor looks at you right in the camera and says, "This is where our movie is going to end, right here." And then the climax of the movie happens. That's what Sami Zayn fighting at Elimination Chamber is to me. That is like Roman looking at us in the middle of the camera and saying, "This whole thing is just going to end here. Enjoy the tag team title match."
It's just, not just to like go back, like, not that the person that beats Roman has to be this like big imposing character that's like muscle bound guy. No, I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying just this epic type of run as a champion. The person that beats Roman has to be that next person that's going to carry the company as their like kind of like superstar. Now, like, obviously Roman's still their main face, but this person's going to be that like the Macho to Hogan.
Can you tell me anyone right now who is so
I would
You
say
need
Kevin
to-
Owens, dude. If I'm gonna
Come
pick
on.
someone, KO, no.
Come on, dude. When we're talking about like credible challengers for Roman, it's like you put Roman in a match with someone and you don't know who is going to win. Like, is there anyone right now that has been built up to the extent that Sami has been built up?
Oh no, definitely not. No.
Is there?
Yeah.
Do you see them building anyone up to the extent that they have built Sami up?
Not right now, no. I mean, Jay,
Come
pretty much all the bloodline.
Here we go again with the J. With the J. Like, look, Kevin Owens, great option, sure. Well,
why
great
would you
wrestler.
deny Jay though? He's
Why would
another
why would I deny Jay Uso?
main event Jay.
We've had this conversation before, Marco. The Usos, great tag team. That little run that Jay Uso had with Roman, great run. That was the 2 matches that they had. So let's not have Sami win the title, but let's have main event Jay. You want someone that has self-proclaimed himself main event to
No,
take.
I don't think he self-proclaimed himself. I think Michael Cole. put
No,
name on him.
that was all day Jay Uso that he claimed
Was it?
himself. He was. Yeah,
I like
of
that. I
course.
like that better. All day Jay. There you go.
All day Jay.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
But I
no.
mean, I'm just saying, there's different routes you can go with Roman and who he faces within the bloodline.
J Bone says, "I don't see anyone that can be."
That's
fine. It's not that you need to build people for Roman, and I understand putting The Rock in there. That's good, but also, so that means you need to start building Rock and Roman at least around the Rumble. Am I wrong?
No, he's showing up at the Rumble. He's going to be a participant.
So he needs.
That's
So
I mean, that's
you
the
need to
rumors anyway.
start building up to Rock and Roman. Like, you need to give it enough time. You start at the Rumble. So where does Sami Zayn play into? Are we going to have 2 separate storylines?
Maybe Sami takes on the Rock at Elimination Chamber. I don't know.
I mean, that could be another thing, is that Sami just doesn't turn in general, and
See,
we just go past WrestleMania with
I don't
Sami
think-
still with the bloodline.
I think that's I mean, I honestly
I
think
would
that's
be fine
happening.
with that. I would
Yeah,
be
I
fine
don't-
with that too.
Just by the way they ended Survivor Series.
Get ready for another year of the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
be fine with that.
that's- see, I
I would
think
be
that's-
okay with that. That's
I think
not
that's
my
where they're
point.
going.
I don't care who wins right now. I am just focused on the matchups. Sami Roman is a much smarter matchup than Roman and Rock. It's easy. It's easy.
It is, but I think J Bone's right in the sense where
J Bone's never right. Let's get that out of the way.
Well, but as far as Mania caliber main event matches,
Sure.
that's not a main event match. Sami Zayn and Roman
No, it's
Reigns.
not. But
To
it's
us,
a main.
as far-
It's a
to
Mania
us, 'cause,
story.
Storyline, all that stuff. Yes, but like,
Is
if you're trying
Daniel
to
Bryan versus Kofi Kingston a Mania match?
that was a no. I'm saying main event. That's
Okay,
gonna cap
still,
off
but
off
it's for the WWE Championship, though. Is that a WWE Championship WrestleMania match?
I think so.
Because of the story.
Yeah, because of story that should have main evented, but they
There
didn't.
you
because-
go. There you go.
No, but they should. But we can't use that because they had the women main eventing. That was like the first time ever. If they didn't have that women's, the women's main eventing Mania
Yeah, I know that.
concept,
Okay.
that would have been the main event. I mean, just the moment and the
With Brock and Seth on the card. I mean,
no,
no, that's another conversation.
Brock always goes
for
out
another
first,
time.
dude. He never really. That was a quick match. That was like a.
Yeah,
That was a
guess so.
5-minute match. That was like a microwave match.
Yeah.
I'm saying, just the way that ended, the emotions going into it and all that stuff. The T-shirts, they didn't have freaking Rollins Mania T-shirts. They didn't have Brock Mania T-shirts. They had Becky Lynch T-shirts that year,
they did.
and they had Kofi Mania
Kofi
T-shirts.
Mania t-shirts.
One of those two were going to main event Mania. There was No ifs, ands, or buts. But anyway, yeah, as far as like when you're selling Mania as a main event, and you look back, like, and you have this epic run with Roman Reigns, and you're going to compare him to Hogan and all these people, like, one of his matches is going to be fucking against Sami Zayn.
Sure.
No.
Roman had a match against Braun Strowman. Like, it's random. I mean, just in general. I'm just saying, like, you know, as far as challengers to Roman, like, I understand the WrestleMania thing, but absolutely Sami Zayn is a credible challenger for Roman Reigns.
I guess.
Maybe not at Mania, sure.
Yeah, not at Mania. I mean,
but the story is there. That is
the story's there, but Mania is going to be like the spectacle where the casuals jump in and the celebrities and the athletes and all these. It's in Hollywood. Who's in? No one. Who's going to know about the story? The fucking Sami Zayn storyline besides us wrestling nerds.
Well, no, that's. I mean, good point there. So, what about this? Night 1, Sami versus Roman. Night 2, Roman versus Rock. Do you think they even considered doing that?
I would do the opposite. If you want to really cap it off, like Roman comes off of this big win against The Rock. Now he's like the actual head of the table, blah, blah, blah. And if you want Sami to, I mean, he got his win against The Rock. He doesn't need to prove anything else unless you want to continue. Like if you do the night 1, The Rock, and then night 2, Sami.
Oh, no. You would do it the other way around. Like,
why not? Why would you do it the other way around?
Oh, because night 2 is that's the main event.
That's true. Are we having him lose to Sami or win against Sami?
I mean, you could have him. I mean, technically, Roman should not lose to Sami whatsoever. Let's be real here. But you could do it either way, really. If you wanted to get the title, no, fuck it. You need to.
See, I think it would be cool if he faces The Rock the first night of Mania, beats The Rock. Now he's going into the second night as like the undeniable like superstar of superstars in the WWE. Like he beat The Rock. He beat the biggest like personality in the world right now, like the biggest movie star ever. Now he's going to face Sami Zayn. I get this. This dude's not going to beat me. No way. I just beat The Rock. I'm like the self-proclaimed head of the table. And then that fluke win happens. And fucking Sami Zayn wins and beats Roman Reigns, who the night before just beat The Rock.
I'm just saying.
That's a feel-good story. I mean.
There it is.
But then you have to have, here's the thing. Kevin Owens is always a part of Sami Zayn. And Kevin Owens would be that factor in Sami Zayn winning. He's not beating Roman Reigns clean. I'll tell you that much. Right. He's coming out, giving him the stunner. Sami Zayn 1, 2, 3 pins if that's how you want to go. He's gonna be a part of that storyline, whether you like it or not. Like they're gonna cross paths. Maybe they feud, like, you know, they have this whole like they hate each other all the way till Mania. And then, you know, KO sees Sami has this opportunity, like, man, my best friend for 25 plus odd years has like this opportunity to win a title, and like he sees the opportunity to come out and help him. And then he helps him win, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Well, I mean, he stole the show last year for me, Sami Zayn, with that the Johnny Knoxville match. So maybe he'll do it again next year. Who knows?
In the main event of WrestleMania.
Man, that just Sami, dude. He's that weird factor in this whole thing because, like I said, you have the Royal Rumble still. Who's gonna win the Royal Rumble? If Cody comes back and wins the Royal Rumble, where does the Sami Zayn?
That just throws a whole fucking wrench in the plans. This is going to be one of the most interesting Royal Rumbles ever. They could make this the greatest Royal Rumble ever. Cody, potentially Big E. You have potentially The Rock.
You think Big E's coming back?
I don't know. Is he cleared? Like, well, not cleared, but is he close to being cleared? They said around the Rumble.
I don't know.
I know Randy's not coming back for a while.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, this is, like I said, it's weird because, like I said, if you have Cody come back, you know his intentions, you know what he wants.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a good Rumble. It's gonna be a good Royal Rumble.
It's in Texas. It's in San Antonio, I think. Right.
But with all that out of the way, the War Games match was good. Now we could. No, it was a good match. We've spent too much time on fucking
It
war
was
games.
it was just it was a really good match. Storyline was great.
It was a story-driven match.
He almost, if you watch it back, Sammy almost kicks Jay in the nuts. Was it Jay that was holding his leg, or was it Jimmy?
I think it was Jimmy.
It was Jimmy. Jimmy was holding. Yeah, he when he catches his leg, he's just like, he does it real quick. He like looks over, and then he just turns and kicks. So he was going to do it, but the last minute maybe it's all a plan between him and Kevin Owens. That's the other thing too. Who knows? Maybe it's some inside man type deal.
Yeah,
where he just destroys the bloodline from the inside.
Yeah, that would be fun. But
the other rumor is Solo. A lot of people think Solo is going to be the one to turn.
Those rumors have no. I'm going to look back on it and like regret that. But though people are reading way too much into the Solo stuff. His whole thing is that he's stone face. Like he doesn't.
No, not even that. He was sent. He was sent by the elders. He's not technically a part of the bloodline. He's just like, hey, they sent him there to kind of oversee things, like kind of protect Roman and kind of protect the Usos. He's not really there for them. He's there for the people that sent him.
Oh yeah. So then why would he turn on him?
Because he has no attachment to them at all.
He's part of the family.
He is, but the storyline is he was sent to help them. He wasn't sent there like to be like that. He's always his arm full. He never does the one. He never raises his arms to do the one. He's not a part of the bloodline. Go back and watch anytime he's in the ring.
No, he
never raises his finger up. He's always like this. Stone face. Doesn't move. Doesn't do anything. He's going to be the one to turn, dude. Watch it.
I've been sent here by the Hawaii Secret Service Agency to...
Dude, he doesn't partake in any of the bloodline shit, dude. He doesn't hug. He doesn't raise his hand to do the one.
I'm keeping an eye on you, Roman. Alpha sent me.
Maybe he's there to, soften up Roman a little bit. So
he's reporting back to Rikishi every night.
Pretty much. I mean, what if Rikishi's coming back, making a comeback to win the titles? Who knows?
Roman ate a tuna salad. Write that down.
Oh boy.
Roman did 14 push-ups before he ate his tuna salad, Rikishi.
Roman said, I'm his. The cameraman is his. The ring is his.
Cameraman right here. This is my cameraman.
Solo's taking notes. Every time he says that something is his. Cameraman. Writing that down. All right. The WrestleMania sign, that's apparently his.
Right. See that sign? That's my WrestleMania sign.
That sign, that's my sign. Because I am WrestleMania.
There's no one left.
I still don't have a drop for that one. Have I not made that yet?
You're lying.
You're lying.
Like I said, you got to go back to that Extreme Rules match with him and the Demon. There's so many drops in that match. So much. They had him mic'd up or something. Because you can hear him clear as day on a lot of that stuff, dude. It's funny.
This camera right here, this is my cameraman.
No tables. None.
No tables. That's one of my favorite things that you bring up every now and then.
You got to see it. It's so funny. He's just
no tables.
He's standing there like in front of the announce table. He's like, no tables. None.
I gotta look that up tonight.
Dude, the whole match is all him just talking.
J-Bone, if you're still watching, when you come back next week, all of our drops are going to be replaced with just Roman Reigns sound effects.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
He's a sound drop machine, that guy.
No tables.
You're lying.
You're lying.
I want to get that. What are you in the past? When he talks to Seth Rollins, when he had that promo.
Oh, yeah.
With Seth Rollins, what are you living in the past right now? Yeah, I want that drop too.
That was a good one. Oh, boy. Well, that was a good discussion on War Games overall. It was a pretty successful event. But we have some other interesting news to discuss here on the RAWDOWN. So let's hop on Outside the Ropes.
Outside the Ropes.
He's a man, such a man. And he might be returning to the E. William Regal, the head of the Blackpool Combat Club Sunshine. Never doing that again. William Regal, apparently there's rumors, rumblings, if you will, that William Regal is on his way back to the WWE. Now, these rumors are such due to the fact that, they've weirdly written him off of the story in AEW.
Yeah.
Right? Last week, Moxley says, I don't want to see you at all, man. I want you to run far away, man. As he shrugs his shoulders around.
Oh my god, that visual's great.
We had that soap opera little interaction with Bryan Danielson and wait. I love him. Wait. I don't want to see you again, man.
Run.
Great segment though. I shouldn't shit on it. It was a great segment. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, depending on when you're listening to this, on AEW, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, the AEW World Champion, just clobbers William Regal
right in the back of the neck.
Right in the back of the neck, and he's put in an ambulance and he is sent off. Now, the main reason that no one is addressing these William Regal rumors of him leaving, it's obvious. Whenever there is someone that is put into an ambulance and, leaves the arena in AEW, they are never seen again on TV. Perfect example, Shaquille O'Neal. He was put in an ambulance and he was never found again. That is why William Regal's all right, no, I'm kidding. But I actually don't know if that's the case. Who else has been put in an ambulance?
It has never been seen again.
Has never been seen again. I don't think that's the case, but
we might have to do that. We might have to go back and see anyone that's ever left, like right after they got put in an ambulance. Yeah, Shaq, man. I mean,
like, is that their unofficial way of writing people off? Is just the ambulance?
It's either that or like if they really emphasize the damage that somebody took, or
the damage control.
Like they kind of get like real serious. Like it's like kind of like they break kayfabe a little bit, quotation marks. And they're like, oh, I don't know, man. It's like 2 nights ago, if you want to go that route. Regal's laying in the ring. They bring the medics out. They carefully turn him over because he's face down. When MJF punched him in the back of the head and neck area, and they emphasize, oh my god, he's had 2 surgeries on his neck in his career, and blah blah blah. He's at this age. Well, he shouldn't be treated like this and all this stuff. So like when they're really emphasizing the injury and that type of stuff, it kind of makes you think he's gone for. I'm not sure if he's going to WWE, but it does put you in a sense where he's gone for a while.
Well, let's talk about this. What are your immediate thoughts of this? Because I'm still processing all of this. I'm not going to lie with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll tell you someone who's not going anywhere anytime soon is John Moxley. That dude is not getting a vacation whatsoever.
I think at this point,
I feel bad for that dude, man.
I feel like the whole Moxley vacation thing, I feel like this is just a running joke at this point. Who knows if he was even getting the vacation to begin with? Moxley's probably sitting back here like, I was never going to get vacation, man. What are you talking about?
I think he
probably was, but that's hilarious.
But yeah, poor Moxley. Yeah, I think I think the rumors started when Triple H kind of tweeted on Saturday and was like, "Hey, War Games it's not going to be the same without you." And he kind of like put was it a video? I think it was a video.
Yeah, it was the video of War Games.
Yeah, War Games. And that was kind of like a, I don't know. It's weird that like.
Well, that wasn't even the start. The start was the Wednesday before when Moxley started doing the "I don't ever want to see you again, man." That whole thing.
Yeah,
because then that's like after that Triple H posted it, and then it was kind of like, Oh, what?
Yeah.
Chad says it seemed to me to be a setup for MJF versus Danielson at Revolution, and Regal would return to be a thorn in MJF's side closer to the Pape.
But then why would they turn him on the Black? I don't know. I don't get it. That's kind of like you take him away from the group, have him turn on Moxley, only to jump ship with MJF, and then MJF turns on him, and now he's going to go back to being like a good guy.
Well,
I don't.
That's the thing, though, is that he never turned on the Blackpool Combat Club.
He turned on
Moxley.
Moxley, yeah.
Danielson's always been by his side, so I understand that. But
Moxley's still in the Blackpool Combat Club, is he not?
From what I assume.
So
Who the fuck is even in this Blackpool Combat Club? I'm in the Blackpool Combat Club.
You know, I messed up, Sunshine. I shouldn't have gave MJF those brass knuckles. I don't know. It's just yeah, I don't know.
All games.
But yeah, it would seem as though he was Triple H is trying to get him back on WWE. Well, maybe not on television, but
J-Bone says it's to get heat on MJF. He's just a tool. Chad
he doesn't need heat.
Yeah, BCC has had issues.
Wait.
Story. All right, I guess so. Yeah.
MJF needs to beat up William Regal to get heat. I think he's.
Well, hold on. I will say
it helps. I mean,
no. It's the fact that honestly, you weren't really sure what type of reaction MJF was going to get on Dynamite.
People are going to cheer him. He's still going to shit on people. It's like, like he's not going to be a face.
But he was booed this past Wednesday, and I feel like this was also done almost to make sure that people were going to boo MJF. But honestly,
I don't think he needs that though. I think he can do it on his own. I don't think he needs to beat up old people to get heat from the crowd. I think he just shit on somebody and like he was doing with Virginia. Yeah. They were in Virginia, right? Yeah. He's done that way before. He's never, since he's been there, he's never had to, result in beating someone up to get heat.
So
he's just an asshole.
So J-Bone, I do agree. Like, I see what the reasoning is. However, like, Full Gear happens. That's a huge turn. You think MJF and Regal are going to stay together? Like, it's the end of a pay-per-view. It's not like it's, just a random segment. Like, yeah. And then that's another swerve. Like, how many swerves are we going to get? Like, Regal swerves on Moxley, and MJF swerves on this person, and this person swerves on that person.
And then when Regal comes back, he swerves on MJF to swerve back to.
This is turning into the Christian Jungle Boy story, and I really hope it doesn't turn into that where it's like, oh, Luchasaurus turned on Jungle Boy, but then he also went back to him when he came back, but also Luchasaurus then turned on Jungle Boy because he didn't like him because he was still wearing the black mask, but then Christian also was about to turn. Like, Chad says MJF does not need Regal in his first time. Absolutely. Put it all on the shoulders, kids. Love the knife in the back to Regal, but like
I'm saying, that's what I'm. I don't. But it helped. Like I said, it helped.
Thing. It's like if you are saying MJF doesn't need Regal in his first title run, then why have Regal help MJF to win the title in the first place?
I just think something weird happened where he probably is leaving. Regal's he probably is taking some time off. I think it's just some like weird situation where they didn't know what to do in that situation where he is leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, how do you do it? But then you're saying you're not dismantling the Blackpool Combat Club. He's the reason why they're all together. Does it still exist when he's gone? Like, that's what I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's the Blackpool Combat Club, after all. It's not the Aberdeen, Washington Combat Club. I can't say for certain. Like, I'm not going to sit here and predict whether or not Regal is going to leave because that would be dumb. I don't know no one fucking knows the contract negotiation, so no one can say anything about that.
Yeah, Uncle Dave knows, though. He said, he signed a 3-year deal. And
Oh, he's signed a 3-year deal.
Blah, blah, blah.
He might be signed till December, but he also might not be, so no one really knows.
Yeah.
So you can't predict if he's going to leave. However, you can speak on, would you rather him stay in AEW or WWE?
Yeah.
Those conversations are easier to have. So I'll go in that route. Now, if they're going down the route of continuing this story with Regal and, the Blackpool Combat Club, I'm cool with it. Like, it works. I like it. I would like to see Regal in AEW if that's the case. Just keep him in AEW. I like him there. He fits there. However, when you look on the flip side for the WWE, there's obviously two ways to look at this conversation, on screen and off screen. And I can already hear Chad saying that he doesn't care about the off screen stuff. He only cares about what's on screen. I understand that. But when you're looking at the on screen stuff, I will say that AEW has the advantage because I feel like there are more interesting stories that you can present Regal in on an on screen capacity, just based on like Moxley, the history with Moxley, the history with Danielson, and now obviously the history with MJF. That's a story just waiting to be untapped in the first place.
Yeah.
So you bring him back to WWE. What is he going to do? He's going to be a GM. Sure. Not really a great fucking story. You put him, what are you going to put him on NXT? Like you're just going to change NXT back to black and gold NXT. You might as well just put the old fucking logo on there if you're going to have William Regal come back. Like,
I'd like that actually. I wouldn't hate that at all.
It'd be fine. But like, if we're talking about an on-screen capacity, then AEW is clearly the role that the place that Regal should be, just for if they want him in the in the stories. But then, like, I'm considering the other factors as to if Regal has the opportunity to leave, which, by the way, let's also take into consideration, this is William Regal we're talking about. I don't know if he signs a 3-year deal without any type of clause whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I could see it, from different ways, but there's got to be something in that contract. So let's say there is. More of the reason as to why Regal probably would want to leave is the backstage stuff. I was under the assumption that if Regal came back to WWE, he would just be off screen. Like he would be working backstage. He would be maybe scouting the talents again. Also, let's remember, what's his name? Charlie Dempsey. William Regal's son is down in NXT. Yeah. That also might be a reason that he wants to be there. Yep. However, now I'm hearing that they want him to be on screen, which, like I said, would just give us like a GM thing. Unless there's a grand story for William Regal on WWE programming that's waiting to happen. I don't know. I mean, in that case, just stay in WWE. Stay in AEW if you want the big story.
I'm gonna say, I mean, obviously, I don't know what he's thinking and what's on his mind and all that stuff. But if I'm a betting man, I'm thinking he wants to contribute to storylines and creative and that type of stuff. On screen or off screen? Off screen. Off screen. He's been behind the scenes. He's done, I mean, NXT's been, when he was a part of it, phenomenal. I mean, we could all say that when he was the acting GM, like the on-screen GM, but he was doing also, stuff with NXT. Like he was the actual, like it was him and, Dusty Rhodes at the time. And then obviously him and Triple H, really took the NXT to like new heights. He's a part of all that. So I think I think he would want to be a part of that again. Like beyond it, like you said, his son's there too. That's probably definitely a factor. And I think if he wants that, I don't think AEW is the place for that. Yeah. I don't think they're giving him those those like creative opportunities that he wants. I still think obviously it's I don't want to say it's like the Wild West, but it seems like it's like everyone has free reign to do whatever they want type of. That's what it seems like anyway. Like there's really no like someone to tell you, hey, this is how you should do it. They're just gonna be like, fuck you, I'm not doing that. That's what it seems like. And I think he wants to be a part of a more controlled, creative environment where, he knows his successes because he's seen them in WWE or in NXT with that. I don't think you're seeing that in AEW. And that's going by the fucking Blackpool Combat Club like storyline, if you want to call that. That's, I mean, is there a storyline there? I don't know. Like someone said, I think someone just mentioned like there's supposedly some riffs within they've never really mentioned that. They've fought each other because that's what they do. That's what the whole basis is on. It's not like they fight each other because they hate each other. It's because they're a group of guys that, are forged in combat. And if they have to fight each other for something, they'll do it. That doesn't mean they're going to break up. I mean, that's what I get from the.
That's true. I don't really. That's the one thing that I don't agree with. I think Chad said it, that there was like rifts between the Combat Club. I don't know. They didn't really make a huge.
That's what I mean. Like, was a storyline on that? Like, if there is a storyline, they don't really present it.
Well, the Blackpool Combat Club is still like it's a great thing in AEW. Yeah, but I feel like it was like, I don't know what do you mean by like the riffs? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he said there was like riffs. I didn't see any riffs. I've seen. I
feel like when Claudio came in, they were pretty strong. Like, if anything, he was the glue for them.
Yeah,
but maybe there's more to it. I don't know. But
and it is,
let me get to some of these comments real quick.
Yeah.
Because now it's 2-on-2 apparently. This contract clause shit is hysterical to me. Who the fuck would allow a man to sign if Trips gets back in power, I can leave clause?
That's
really not
funny.
how high-level sports contracts work. The clause never benefits the talent to blindside the owner. And then J-Bone says, off-screen, why would he go back to WWE to serve Trips until they get sold in 2 years and canned again? Jesus. There's way more job security in AEW. So I had that's true. All right, I'll give you that. The Yuta and Danielson kind of been at odds. I have a question that I asked in the group chat, and it was a genuine question, and no one's answered me yet.
No. What was it? I don't know if I've seen it.
Probably not. But like, has William Regal done anything backstage, or is he only on as like an on-screen talent? Because everyone's been saying, oh, William Regal could be like, a big backstage person, a great mentor, this, that, and the other thing, a very creative mind. He could be the Pat Patterson, this, that, and the other thing. But has he done anything backstage?
I don't know.
Because from
maybe like Chad or one of them can answer. But
yeah,
for me,
I genuinely want to know, because
my take is I don't think they do that in AEW. I don't think that's a thing.
Right. I don't
think
know.
I don't think that's the creative model for AEW. Like to have like that one go-to, like I know, like I think Jeff Jarrett signed on as was he like what's his role there now in AEW?
I don't know, the head of expanding the fucking AEW to the world
maybe that
position.
The other part of that is maybe that was something that was presented to William Regal, that position that Jeff Jarrett has, and maybe that's why he's leaving. Maybe that was something that he was supposed to be in. And they called, Jeff Jarrett took the position. And I was just like, fuck you guys, I'm leaving. I thought you were going to give me this, behind the scenes creative role. And you give it to fucking that last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett. Like, maybe that was the case. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows? It's a possibility.
Chad saying that Regal and Danielson lead their classes on show day. They've worked hand in hand with Jade among other young talent. Okay, at least that's something.
All right.
I genuinely like, because people have been saying, oh, he could be, booking.
Well, does he have a position? That's what I mean. Like, is there like does he have a definitive backstage title, like head of talent, fucking prep? I don't
know. Head of prepping the talent.
Yeah.
That's a shirt.
I don't know. Does he have, get that shirt going. Head of prepping talent.
EVP, Executive Vice Prepper.
Yeah, dude.
He's that's William. He was the he just that was William Regal's run in AEW, is making the innuendos to Excalibur on commentary and then being the executive vice prepper.
That's actually what one of the many definitions of the MVP is. It's the MVP, the most valuable prepper, Marco.
The most valuable prepper, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the P's. There's many different P's that can be stand for, and prepper is one of them.
Or even POTUS, the abbreviation POTUS. It's actually Prepper of the United States.
Yeah, there we go. That's great.
I know that they're mentioning now that he hasn't been booking. I never said that he was booking. I've heard a lot of people in the past say that, didn't J-Bone say something like that too? That he could be like maybe not J-Bone, but I feel like someone said.
Yeah, he could be like the like you said, like the Pat Patterson, like the guy, like the seasoned vet that could help young talent and help.
I thought it was most valuable prick only on Thursdays.
That's true. That's true. Like I said, there's many different P's.
Only on Thursdays, J-Bone. Only on Thursdays. But EVP, that's funny. So I mean, when it comes down to it, when we're talking like what would I rather see? Well, first of all, I would rather see William Regal on I'd rather see William Regal on WWE for the sake of good conversation on the RAWDOWN, because that would be a good talk. Yeah. But if we're talking about a full picture here, I think it's just better off, like story-wise, getting the most out of Regal to put him in or leaving in AEW. I feel like Blackpool Combat Club has a lot more to do together before you even consider breaking them up. Like, there's still a lot of potential that it's almost like if you split them up now, you've squandered on so much that you could have done with that group. Like when it was Danielson, Moxley, and Wheeler, there's such a bunch of things that I wanted them to do with that group. And then Regal, him being the mind behind that. I feel like there was a lot more that you could do with that group. But
trios they could have been doing.
Trios
like championship. Like
Danielson
matches,
still hasn't won a championship. You could have put a championship on him with the Combat Club. I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's still early. Like for me, and maybe it's selfishly, I don't know how everyone else is feeling about the Combat Club these days, but I think that there is so much more that you could do with them. Like, did we even get a full year of the?
I'm just laughing. I'm laughing at one of that comment.
This one, or
this one.
Oh, I want to see Regal. I want to see Regal. I don't want him locked away in Orlando jerking off jobbers. Oh boy. No, you're right. I mean, I would rather see William Regal, but it also comes down to, does William Regal want to be on? Like, I feel like not a lot of people are.
Yeah, I actually. Would you rather see him do that?
Jalen.
I'm confused. Do you want to see him doing that, or do you want to see him on TV? Do you want to see him jerking off jobbers?
Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't. I was laughing at J-Bone's comment here, but
okay.
I didn't get to finish my point. Jesus.
And there's nothing wrong if you want to see Regal doing that. I mean,
oh my god,
there's probably a video out there, some deep fake video you can watch of Regal doing that.
This is. Should I bring up Kanye at this point again?
There's a deep fake for everything, dude. You can watch your favorite movie star doing unspeakable acts.
I don't even remember what my point was after that. I think. Oh, okay. I don't think anyone's also bringing up. Does Regal just not want to be on TV anymore? Like, is that what it is? Like,
yeah, I think that's a.
J-Bone, you missed the first part of that episode for that.
No Kanye. Yeah, we said at the beginning of the show, there's not going to be any of that gentleman's.
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah, I mean, does he want to step away? Like,
Yeah,
there's
I
so
mean, he's
much more
old.
to this.
He's in his 70s, right? Did they say, or right? Did he just turn 70, or he's
No, he's young. I don't even know.
you sure? Was he like 50?
Let me check. 54.
50? Really?
You thought he was 70.
Why does he look that old?
Jesus. Give him a few years, Marco.
Well, let's who's like in their 50s right now?
Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jericho. Look at Regal, dude.
Regal,
I mean, Jericho
Regal looks great.
he looks great. Yeah, but he looks older than
he's a
50.
lot younger than I was surprised when I found out that he was still in his 50s.
That's
but
crazy.
I think he's my dad's age. Yeah. He's younger than my dad. Wow. That's a fucking mind blown. Jesus Christ.
He looks like he's aged a lot.
Yeah. It's all that freshly squeezed orange juice with the pulp in it from his real man's man days. You see, that's another feud right there. William Regal versus Orange Cassidy. That's a feud.
I would love
Real
that.
man's man, William Regal with the hard hat on versus Orange Cassidy with oranges.
I used to squeeze you.
I used to squeeze you for breakfast, sunshine. That's something else. Dirt sheets don't lie. Yep, that's true. Dirt sheets don't lie. Is all this just?
True.
Yeah, that's a true point. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
This is also a good question to ask. Is this all just the dirt sheet bullshit?
Yeah, probably.
Is it? I mean, look, I want to say that it is, but I also want to say that it's not, because this is fun.
It could just be taking time off or something, like you said, taking some time off of TV. You know, maybe he doesn't want to be on TV. Maybe he has other priorities. Who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is he at the point where he's just like, kind of over this whole TV thing?
Yeah. I mean, he did like commentary and stuff too on there. Maybe he'll do that if he does go to WWE. Maybe he'll do some commentary on.
I love Regal on commentary. I hope he does.
Yeah.
If he comes back to WWE, put him on commentary and fucking replace one of the Raw people. Because look, breaking kayfabe, Kevin Patrick is so not good.
No, he isn't. He's not good at all.
But shiny happy people, he's the GOAT. KP is the GOAT. But breaking kayfabe, if William Regal's coming back to WWE, just take Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick both off of commentary and just have William Regal there.
No, I want all the accents on my commentary team.
Oh, you want Kevin Patrick?
I want Kevin Patrick and I want Regal.
Well, Regal could just do the gimmick with Excalibur and just do it for Kevin Patrick. He just
true.
Oh, Kevin Patrick, you lemon kumquat, I want to squeeze you.
Oh my god.
Well, Chad's getting out of here. Thank you for joining in the conversation. I don't know. This is an interesting story. I want to see Regal back in WWE, but I want to see him in a good position. I don't want to see him in no fucking GM, Or if it is a GM, I want it to be like a good We haven't had a good general manager storyline in a long time.
That's because freaking
The Authority.
Adam Pearce ruined it.
Well, no, the Authority ruined it. We haven't gotten, technically not. Adam Pearce, yes, he did. Adam Pearce, maybe this is I haven't thrown one of these in the last hour.
Hot takes here. Get your hot takes here.
Adam Pearce, worst general manager or authoritative position in history, which is not true. There's others worse ones like Mike Adamle and all that, but people who have had a long stretch. He's by far.
Maybe because he feuded with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
remember that?
He had, that's the magic touch. Anyone who interacts with Ron, I mean, hey, anyone who interacts with Ronda Rousey in 2022 is just like, it's like how the Fiend changes you when you interact with it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. Charlotte, she hasn't been seen. Liv Morgan, pretty sure she got injured on that one match, right?
Yep.
Adam Pearce, garbage. You know, maybe there's some truth to this.
Ronda.
Oh God, Ronda.
Get off my TV. You and Valhalla have that. Is that her? Valhalla.
Valhalla. That's another one. You would think SmackDown comes along, they change a little bit of her look. Nope.
Yeah.
Full-fledged, full steam ahead. Valhalla.
So bad.
Such a weird name too. Valhalla.
I'm no longer Sarah Logan. I am Valhalla.
Sarah Logan is dead. I am Valhalla. Like, not even Vince could come up with. Maybe Vince could come up with that. You're not Sarah Logan. Sarah Logan is dead. You're Valhalla. Like, that just has the Vince Phlegm in it too. That name.
It probably was. It probably was his gimmick, and they're like, "Hey, what did Vince leave behind in the in the old gimmick box? Oh, we have this cool one called Valhalla that he had."
There's
All
a
right,
lot
let's
of
do it.
Vince names recently in WWE that are popping up. Like I could just hear him in 1994. Coming up on Monday Night Raw, Ludwig Kaiser versus Valhalla.
Ludwig Kaiser. You're Gunther. That's your name now. God damn it.
You're Gunther. There's some other weird names that have come up recently.
Butch.
You're Butch. Uncle Howdy. God
Oh
damn.
my god. Oh, we miss you, Vince. You
With that
craziness.
being said, are we calling this a show? We've
I
had 2
think so.
hours. I think that's it.
I think we're calling it a night.
I think that's it.
Hey, yo.
It's time to end the show. Oh my! This was a fun one. This was a fun episode of the RAWDOWN, folks. My throat's gonna hurt in the morning now. Folks, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of the RAWDOWN. Marco, tell me what you got going on at the Chick Foley show and open mic.
Oh man, we have so for the open mic, I do have my next week's guest. It's none other than the OG Fig Kid.
The OG Fig Kid on the mic, on the open mic.
Yeah, so Tom's gonna join me. Should be a good show. I actually did in his the early iteration of the sessions when he was doing like interviews of people. I was on there.
Oh yeah.
Never got to. So after it was funny because after the show he was like, oh my god, I had you on the show and I even asked you like how you ended up on the Chick Foley show. We just started talking about like wrestling figures and all this stuff. So like this time around we're gonna start get more in depth and find out who the man named Tom is.
The man named
the
Tom.
the OG Fig Kid.
I don't know if we. I don't know. I don't know if you want to learn more about Thomas, but
I think I do. I think he's an interesting guy. He's a man of the celebrities. He's a friend of all the celebrities. Like he's like known around town. Like he's best friends with Sam Roberts.
True.
Action Fig Attack. Like everyone.
He's a big friend with the AEW ring. She sits by the ringside. I forget what her official title is. Brooklyn. She has.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we're at Full Gear and we're in the suite. Because that was just where our section was. Like we had like a suite that we could go in, and we go in, and then me and Matt from Extra Cooler are sitting there and we're talking. Then all of a sudden we turn around and we look to where Tom was getting his drinks, and all of a sudden someone's taking a picture with Tom, and we're like, who the fuck is taking a picture with Tom? And it's Brooklyn, the ring and then he comes back, it's like, oh, that's Brooklyn, she sits by ringside with Justin Roberts at every show. I'm
What
like,
the hell?
I'm like, how do you know? And he's like, I've been to a lot of shows. I know who Brooklyn is. I see her at all the shows. I'm like,
Yeah. So I can't.
only him.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's gonna be one of my questions. I'm gonna ask him like, give me a list. Who do you know?
Have you interviewed him yet?
No, not yet. No, that's
Ask him about Brooklyn.
So that's coming up. So next week I'm gonna be interviewing, and that'll be out obviously next week. We have. I'm gonna keep the gimmick going. We had some gimmick infringement happen this week with the Chick Foley show. Looks like the Phelpses, Sheena and Seth stole the old MVP's gimmick, and they interviewed. They had an interview episode, just them two. Did you know this? Are you aware of this?
I haven't listened to
this gimmick infringement. You haven't been following the.
I haven't tuned into the latest episode.
Oh man, it's heartbreaking.
Who did they interview? What happened?
So they interview. It's at Turnquist Fig Belts. It's a gentleman that does, it's kind of like Forbidden Figurines. He does custom belts for your figures and stuff like that. It's pretty much him, and I mean Forbidden Figurines kind of like stepped down for a little bit, but it was out of them too. They're like, they make belts pretty much better than most like actual figure belts that you see in stores. Like the detail on them are pretty insane. But yeah, they interview him. They it's actually a really good interview. They say it at the beginning of the show. They go, we stole the MVP's gimmick and we're doing an interview. So they pretty much put it out there. But we just like on the Facebook group, we've been going back and forth on it. It's funny. But yeah, definitely listen to that. So there is a new episode of the Chick Foley show, minus myself and Jordan. But you can definitely hear Jordan. He was on Long Balls this week. I believe it was just him and Hawk.
Yeah.
Going
Hawk was a little antsy this week. He starts the show at 8:30 EST instead of 9. I'm sitting here. I get a notification for the Discord.
He had to get it out, man.
He's like, let's get it going in typical Hawk fashion. In typical Hawk fashion.
We're live.
Yeah, so obviously you could hear all of us technically this week. You could hear Jordan, on the Long Balls. If you missed that, you could hear me obviously here on the RAWDOWN, and then you get Seth and Sheena on the Chick Foley show. So it's like we're all together, but we're not. We're still within the same group.
It's long distance relationships.
Yeah, and obviously, chickfoleyshow.com, obviously to listen to everything. But yeah, that's all I have. Yeah. Oh, actually, and one more thing, I forgot to say this. Ryan Cabrera, or Mr. Alexa Bliss. I was standing in line waiting to get drinks, and he literally walked by me in the suite area that I was at.
Oh, really?
I only noticed it because of the tattoos and the spike, the kind of the blonde hair, spiky hair. I was like, holy shit, that's Ryan Cabrera. I was like, should I get a picture? And I was like, nah, I'm not getting a picture.
Yeah. We were in the suite for Full Gear. From wrestling, Barstool Wrestling, Brandon Walker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in the suite too. I was like,
oh really?
Oh shit, I should say hi to him. Because he's made a random appearance at the company that I work for, Invictus. He randomly showed up once because he's had 2 of their wrestlers on, when they did the spotlights for yep. 2 of those wrestlers came on the show. So he appeared at one of the Invictus shows, or maybe 2. I think 2 Invictus shows. So I was about to be up to him. I was about to come up to him like, hey, Brandon, when are you coming back to Invictus?
You should.
But he would have looked at me and said, I have no idea what you're doing. No, I'm kidding. But
who are you?
Yeah, who are you? But yeah, that's cool. A lot of stuff happened for you, Marco. Not a lot of stuff happened for me. But I can take this moment just to plug the tavern, because I feel like I haven't done that in a minute. Listen, if you're listening right now and you're not already subscribed to the Turnbuckle Tavern, 1, you're an idiot in the nicest way possible.
Yep.
Number 2, do that right now. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, and the fact that you're not one of them is fucking ridiculous. All right. We post content weekly. There is almost every single day you are getting content in some way, shape, or form. be it in your ears, be it through your eyes. You're getting some type of content.
In your pants.
In your pants. Oh, you're always getting in your pants. They don't call us a Raw Down for nothing. No, I'm dead serious. Like, we have shows for fucking everyone. All right. WWE, AEW. If you like movies, if you like football, if you like old wrestling, if you like new wrestling, if you like ROH, we have something for every fan. There's no reason why you don't like at least one of our shows.
Yeah.
All right. There is so much time and effort that is put into these shows, and they are fantastic stuff. Give us a chance. You know what I mean? Like, if you listen to us and you're like, okay, this is good, but then you listen to us again when J-Bone is back, and you're like, all right, maybe this isn't me.
This isn't for us.
Then you know what? That's okay. But at least subscribe to us. You know what I mean? Like, you got such talented people at this tavern. Both of the chats. You've got Mike Belcaster, you've got J-Bone, you've got Tom, you've got Nick, you've got Ace, you've got all of us here at the tavern, all right? We are giving you the content that you need. This is the content you deserve.
Yeah.
So do yourself a favor. Subscribe to the Turnbuckle Tavern. It's free. It is free to subscribe and support the Turnbuckle Tavern. And how do you do that? Go to the website. I plug it every show. theturnbuckletavern.com. I'll spell it THETURNBUCKLETAVERN.com. If you type in those however many letters and one punctuation mark into your browser, you're going to be able to listen to our podcast. You're going to be able to see our bright, shiny faces. You're going to be able to support us on all the social media platforms. So even when you're not getting enough by, tuning into the live streams and stuff, you're still getting our, TikToks and our tweets and our Instagrams. And it's all great fucking content. It's all amazing content that we're putting out. Make sure that you subscribe, join our community. We are waiting for you to join. And once you join the community, do us a favor. Look, I know it's a little bit too much to ask, maybe at times. But if you have a few dollars, buy a shirt. You want to show that you're a fan of the tavern. You just don't want to, say that. Don't say it. Show it. I learned that in my screenwriting class. You don't want to say it. You want to show it. Show with the actions, not say with the words. So show that you are a tavern fan by going to prowrestlingtees.com/tavern. I'm not going to spell that out for you because you could do that on your own. And buy a shirt, all right? If you want to get a RAWDOWN shirt, you want to get a Marco shirt, you want to get a Tony shirt, whatever you want to get. Maybe don't get a Tom shirt, but if you really want to get a Tom shirt, he has a nice logo. Maybe get a Tom shirt. If you don't like those shirts, go on the other website. Go back to theturnbuckletavern.com, refer to the spelling a few seconds ago, and buy something with the RAWDOWN logo on it, because this is a fucking phenomenal logo. Chad made it. It looks great. We have a RAWDOWN championship. You could be just the official RAWDOWN champion. Do yourself a favor. Buy, even you want stickers, your mugs. Buy something. Especially during those Black Friday deals. I mean, come on. Those prices were down to pennies. You know what I mean? Marco, did you get anything during Black Friday?
Yeah, adult stuff, nothing fun.
Well, you could go against the grain and get something even better, and that is a RAWDOWN shirt. And finally, we want to hear from you. All right? I know I don't go for too long on these outros, and I won't every week, but you hear me out, because I feel like we got to get this across. All right? 304, call this number right now if you're listening to the RAWDOWN. 304. That's 304. 404. You got that? 2004. 304 404 2004. And say whatever you want. This is your platform. You have your own podcast for the 2 minutes or however long you want to go on for. And you get to hear your message played on the show, and the Chads interact with you. There's nothing better than that. We are giving you so many opportunities. Bite at one. You want to buy a shirt? you want to follow us somewhere, you want to call the number, support the tavern. We're doing so much. It's the least you could do. Show a little support. Support the tavern. Marco, did I convince them enough, do you think?
I think so. I mean, I think you did your job. I mean, I'm convinced. I'm going to support the tavern.
Yeah, I'll buy a shirt. I'm going to buy another Young Anthony shirt. I don't always, go too long on those outros because we want to get out of here. But every now and then, it's a good reminder.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So,
I agree.
And all these other shows that you're going to get throughout the week. If you tune into the RAWDOWN, you tune into all these other shows. It's a package deal. Just listen to them. Try it out. See what you get. You never know. So, with that, I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the RAWDOWN. We will see you next week. Marco, any final closing thoughts?
No, I think just Vince should just close out the show like he always does.
Yeah. So with that being said,
he's the best.
He's really the only person that could close out the show. And so, with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning into the RAWDOWN. And as always,
Valhalla! Life sucks, and then you die.